Hey, what's up guys? So after a whole month I am back with a new video. So if you guys remember, last time we have created the Stomp typography just like Apple's Don't Blink advertisement. But this time we are going even further and let's create a slideshow. Okay, before we start, let me show you how our editing process will look like at the end of this video. So as you can see all these images and text, and there are so many keyframes. And guess what? You are the one who are going to create these keyframes. And if you are one of those who are lazy, or busy, or someone who just don't want to waste time here, you can download this project by joining my Patreon page, or just click on the join button next to subscribe button. Okay, so first we will create these two collages before going to the main section. Okay, so first of all go to the file and then project setting. Now change the frame rate to 60 fps, click on OK. Now go to the sample colors and bring white color to the timeline. Now go to the 1 second forward and bring any title to the timeline and change the duration. Now double click on the title, go to advanced option and change the text color to black and now type your text. Now again go to 1 second and double click on the title, go to animation tab and customize, and if you cannot see this tab, make sure you are using the latest version of Filmora. Now click on add to add a keyframe. Now change scale to 50 and position X to 119 and Y to around 18. Now go to the 1 second and 22 frames, again add a keyframe and click on these two icons. Now go to the 1 second and 35 frames, add a keyframe, and now go to the 1 second and 58 frames, change the scale to 70, and it's up to you to change the position X and Y because you just have to keep the text in the center. Okay, our first animation is done. Okay, so we need 32 images for this slideshow, 23 images with full HD resolution, and 9 images with 1300 and 1080 pixels resolution. And your photo resolution must be exactly like this. And for this you can crop your images with any online or offline photo editors. So as you can see, I have imported our text animation with 4 images. So first image is with full HD resolution and other rest of 3 photos with other resolution. Now go to the file and then project setting and change the resolution to 4K and frame rate to 60 fps. Okay, so now bring first image to the timeline and now text animation to second layer. And if this message appears, then just click on this option. And now double click on the text animation. To open the properties, go to transform and change the scale to 50 and change the position like this. And now bring other 3 images to the timeline and again double click on this image and change the scale to 50 and position like this, and do same with other 2 photos. Okay, now let's export this with the same project settings and let's name it collage 1. Okay, so now let's create another collage. Okay, so I have already imported 6 photos here with this resolution. Now bring all the images one by one to the timeline. Now double click on the image and change scale to 50% to all the images and change their positions just like this. Okay, now we have made the collage. Okay, now go to the file and then project setting and change the frame rate to 60 fps. Okay, now let's export the video with the same settings and let's name it collage 2. Okay, now I have imported both the collages with rest of the unused photos. Okay, so if you have created new project, then make sure you change the frame rate to 60 fps. Okay, now go to the title section and bring any title to the timeline. Now go to the 35 frames forward and split the title. Okay, before you delete this part, make sure your auto ripple is off, and if it's not, then just click on this icon. And now you can delete this text. Okay, now move the title to the third layer and double click on the title, go to advanced option and type your text, choose your font and size and then just click on OK. Now you have to split the text layer according to the timestamps shown on the screen. Okay, now you have to delete this text which starts from 4 second and 58 frames. Now again delete another text which starts from 9 second and 57 frames. Okay, now go to sample colors and bring white color to the second layer and change the duration like this. Then change the text color to black. Now go to the 4 second and 5 frames. Again bring the white color to the second layer and change the duration. Now again change the text color to black. Now again go to the 7 second and 7 frames. Again bring the white color to the second layer and change the duration. Now again go to the 8 second and 38 frames and repeat the same steps. Also don't forget to change the text color to black. Again bring a white color to the timeline just like this and repeat the same steps. Okay, so I'm going to mute my audio now because there are just so many keyframes, and if I tell about all the keyframes then you can get confused. So what you have to do is just keep looking at the time when I'm changing the settings. And it's up to you, you can copy the exact same settings or you can use your own settings as per your requirements. Okay, we are done keyframing the text, and now let's see the preview. Okay, now let's add photos here. So go to the 2 and 29 frames and add your image to the first layer and change the duration like this. Now double click on the image, go to animation tab, then customize, and now add the keyframes and change the settings exactly like these. Okay, now go to the 4 and 36 frames, bring another image to the first layer, and then go to the 5 and 31 frames and split the layer. Okay, now add the keyframes just like this and copy the exact same settings. Okay, now go to the transitions and add this cool merge transition to the text and this white layer. Now double click on the transition and change the duration to 20 frames. Now go to the 6 and 19 frames, bring another image to the first layer, add the keyframe and change the settings just like this. Now go to the 9 and 57 frames, bring another image to the first layer, then go to the 10 and 5 frames, then split the layer. Now bring another image here, go to the 10 and 13 frames and split the layer. Now bring another image here and change the duration and add the keyframes and change the settings just like this. Okay, now drag this white layer to the first layer. Now we are going to add the particles and you can download this by the link in the description. Okay, now bring this particle file to the fourth layer. Then go to 1 second forward and split this layer and delete this part. Now bring this particle file to the second layer below this text and change the duration according to your text. Okay, finally we are going to add the collages here. So let's drag this into the timeline. Now go to the 14 and 31 frames and split this layer. Okay, now add the keyframes and change the settings exactly like this. Okay, now let's collage 2 here and go to the 5 and 31 frames and split the layer. and there is no need to add keyframes here on the collage 2. Now bring another image to your timeline. Go to 16 second and 25 frames and split the layer. Now go to the transitions tab and then speed blur category. Then add this flip roll for transition here. And now double click on the transition and change the duration to 1 second. And add the same transition here, and again the duration is 1 second. Okay, now add the keyframe and change the settings of this image. Okay, now bring another image here. Then go to 17 second and 5 frames and then split the layer. Again add another image here and go to 17 second and 35 frames and split the layer. Again add another image, then go to 17 second and 56 frames and split the layer. Now again add another image, go to 18 second and 10 frames and split the layer. Okay, now I have to bring rest of the photos with the same duration. Go to the file and then preference, go to editing tab and change the duration to frames. Then type 10 here and click on OK. Now select all the rest of the photos left and drag them all to the timeline. Okay, now as you can see, change the keyframes and the settings exactly like this. And also make sure you are keep looking at the time so that you add the keyframes at the right time. Okay, we are almost done. Now just we have to add our logo. So add your logo here. Then go to its first frame and add a keyframe and then change the scale to 150. Now go to 1 second forward and change the scale to 100. Or you can also add this last keyframe after 2 seconds. It's up to you. Okay, I know you all are going to ask about the music which I used in my preview, but that music is copyrighted. So if you want to use the same music, then you have to buy the music and the link is in the description. Okay, so music is added and let's see the preview. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video and make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Also do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you want more amazing videos like this. But before we leave, I want to say thank you to these amazing people who are supporting me on Patreon. So thank you so much to all of you and I will see you in the next video.